How did you find out that your partner was cheating on you? You may stage this, you can comment, you may do whatever. The floor is yours.
Story time of how I walked in on my ex cheating on me on my birthday. It's my birthday. I waited years to make this video and I finally can, so let's just get into it. So I went to LSU and I was dating this football player. I was with this person for almost 3 years. My ex was a serial cheater. All you had to do was have a vagina and he was in there. But I didn't know this. So when we first got together, my delusional butt, oh, he loves me. Best friend, he told me he loved me. Oh, he brought me Chick-fil-A. That's how it was. Like the first few months, I was on cloud 9. He had a lot of issues going on and there was a lot of red flags that should have made me leave him, but I was like, no, I gotta thug this out. I gotta be with this man. I didn't know about the cheating, but I did know about the meanness. He was very mean to me, but I noticed these little switch ups would happen out of nowhere. And ladies, I want to tell y'all, when a man does this, when a man flips his mood at you, when he starts being mean to you, that means he doesn't like you. That means he's looking for a reason to take out unnecessary emotion that has nothing to do with you. And 10 times out of 10, they're always gonna make up a situation, pin out the littlest detail that you did. Maybe you use this makeup brush and not the other brush. Whatever it is, it's a randomizer to have an excuse to treat you the way they really want to treat you. But let's keep going. So time goes by. My birthday is March, the draft is April. I was doing everything for him and his family, his planning. He doesn't do anything for my birthday planning, but luckily I already have a trip planned to go to Vegas with me and my girls. So the day of my birthday comes and we sitting in the bed, bro, not talking about no plans. I'm like, oh, we could go to New Orleans. Maybe we could go grab a drink. We could go on a cute dinner date. This LSU starting football player tells me that he don't got it. I said, don't got what? Time? He said, no money. So I'm like, okay, baby. He bought me a bottle of Crown Apple and I was downstairs watching Twilight by myself while he was upstairs playing the game. He hated me. But dealing with this man, I kept a lot of things to myself. He would go off on me, kept it to myself. Him snapping on me randomly, keep it to myself. He dealing with his mama, keeping it to myself. I cannot believe I had this kind of birthday, but thank God my flight was in a few hours so I could catch a flight to Vegas and have fun with my girls. He was at my house while I was away. But I noticed when I called him when I landed, when I'm checking in with him the next day, he would seem a little annoyed. He would seem very dry. So now Jenna's in kiss up mode. What did Jenna do wrong? Can we talk it out? What's going on? Girls and I was at dinner and I was scrolling on Twitter. I saw that LSU was having a family feud with Southern on LSU's campus. Everybody was going to be there. I'm like, okay, perfect. I sent him the flyer and he said, I'm not going to that. I remember asking him, why don't you want to go? Jenna, I'm done with you. I don't have to explain anything to you. And am I missing something right here? Am I missing? Is there a page I didn't flip? What the fart knuckles? When I tell you this man went off, me sending him a Twitter flyer resulted into us breaking up. Yes, we broke up. Next thing you know, I'm blocked. I texted my roommate. I said, hey, is old boy there? She said, nah, friend. And your key on your nightstand too. Mind you, this is our very first argument. I told y'all everything was good up until this point. So baffled at the fact that us breaking up came from me asking why he doesn't want to go to a college family feud. And if you know, you know, when you arguing with your man on your birthday, that whole birthday is over with. Come here. Ladies, I'm going to tell you two things. Men with low ego and low self-esteem and men who just want to control women make sure to do their biggest one on a day that's just about them. Birthday celebration, a self-accomplishment, whatever it is, he hates you and he doesn't respect you. He does that because on your day that's so big, he wants you to make him feel good. And you always make him feel good by saying, baby, why weren't you there? Baby, why are you asking like this? Don't fall for it. Run away. Swim away. Get off the flight. I come home. All his stuff is packed. My key is indeed on that nightstand. I'm calling both the phones. I'm kissing up to him. I'm trying to make him feel special. It's a long travel day. 12 a.m. at this point, baby. I get in my bed and I go to sleep until it's 6 a.m. in the morning and I get waken up to a phone call from his mother. Go to part 2.
So guys, I literally have the funniest story to tell you about how I found out my first ever boyfriend was cheating on me. So I've told this story to a couple of my new girlfriends in LA and they were like dying. They thought it was like the funniest shit ever. So I'm like, I'm going to tell everyone on TikTok. Okay, to give you a quick little background, I started dating this boy when I was 16 through to like 18 and I was obsessed with him. Lost my virginity to him, TMI, but whatever. And I was just so in love and so obsessed with him. It was my first ever love. And I've been dating for about like a year and so many people were telling me like, all my guy friends or my girlfriends are like, he's cheating on you. Like people have seen him at parties and he's cheating on you. Anyway, I was so in love with this boy that like when I would ask him, he would be like, no, and like get all like defensive and I just believed him. And I just got so over everyone telling me. So I'm like, fuck, like I need to see it for my own eyes. Like no girls had come forward or anything. And so I was at a sleepover with like 3 of my best friends one Friday night. And one of them had the idea to, let's hack into his Facebook. Like if he's cheating, like surely there's gonna be something in Messenger. And I'm like, true, okay. So we're all like around like their family, like home computer. And we're like trying to guess his password and they're like, you know, think and like couldn't get it, obviously. And then there was like secret questions that you have to ask. And one of them was, what was my first pet's name? So my girlfriend's like, think. And I'm like, oh, he's never told me. So we did his like current pet's names, obviously didn't work. And then one of my girlfriends was like, oh my God, I know what we can do. We should call his mum and pretend to be RSPCA. For people that don't know what that is, that's like an animal like rescue company. And we should say that we're doing a survey on the most commonly used pets names. So we do it and mind you, this is literally like 10 p.m. at night on a Friday night, and she picks up, and my girlfriend is like literally trying not to laugh, and the mum just like starts like being like, why are you calling me on 10 p.m? Like, this is ridiculous, like what a stupid survey, like yelling at her. And my girlfriend literally looks like she's about to cry. She's like, oh my god. Anyway, we end up laughing and hanging up. Never got the answer from her, but then I asked his little sister what the name, I'm like, we're thinking about getting a dog, like what was the first name of like the pet you had, and she told me, and that got me in to the Facebook. Okay, go to part 2 and I'll tell you about me getting into the Facebook.
Get ready with me while I'll tell you about how I just found out that I got cheated on my entire relationship. I added my ex's friend on Snapchat because I was trying to figure something out. I'm not going to get into that story, but I was like, yeah, before he went to jail, I caught him cheating. And I'm just going to make up a name because I don't want to like throw anyone under the bus. Anyways, and he was like, oh yeah, he cheated on you with Ari. You figured that out? How'd you figure that out? It actually wasn't Ari, it was 3 other girls. Didn't know about that one, guys. Anyways, so I decided to call one of his like girlfriends, like girl best friends, I don't really know. And she was like, wait, why do you care? Like, you're not with him. And I said, we've been dating for so long. Guys, I'm sorry, this is confusing. Basically, everyone knew that she was with him, but nobody knew that he was with me. Does that make sense? And he had a girlfriend our whole relationship. I'm in fucking shock. Like, we're not, like, he just recently broke up with me because he can't be in a relationship in jail, whatever. I don't fucking, whatever. But, that's besides the point. But, bro had a girlfriend the whole time. And from what everyone's saying, I was the side bitch because everyone knew except, like, our friend group, like, including my sister, her boyfriend, me, my boyfriend, my guy best friend Adrian, and like that, you know? Guys, it was like really bad last night. Like, I came home, I opened the door and I was screaming and crying, and I was like, Mom, call Aunt Mandy, like call my aunt, because like my aunt is like one of my comfort people. Like, I love my mom and my aunt. And so my mom called her, and I was just screaming, what the fuck? I was just screaming like I should never fucking got back with him. Like, it was bad. And then I was like crying for hours, and now I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? And he doesn't know that I know yet, but the next time he calls me, I'm gonna say, excuse me, listen to me. I'm gonna say everything that I know. And I'll be like, fuck you, never fucking talk to me again. And I'm pressing that hang up button, and I'm never speaking to him again. Oh, and I'm gonna let him sit in there and think about that shit. I'm gonna let him sit in jail and do nothing but think and think and think about it. I'm not answering him. I don't care. I think he still has like 5 more months. I don't care. I'm not calling him on Christmas. I'm not calling him on New Year's. He can sit in there and think about that. Matter of fact, he can call her. I wonder if he has been calling her in there, because he would always like talk to me for like a couple of minutes, and then he would like hang up, and he would say that he's on the phone all day, but with who? And he always said that he was on the phone with his sister all day, but like, I don't think that's true. Anyways, guys, again, I apologize for not being active. Hopefully y'all didn't think I was dead, but no, bitches, I'm back. I'm back better than ever. And matter of fact, I don't even know, guys. I'm in shock. Like, what is my life? Like, guys, I Ubered him. I like went on a trip, and I was like, oh my god, I really wish he was here. I Ubered him for like $170 just so that I could be with him the whole time he had another girlfriend. I'm sorry if this story time is like kind of confusing, guys. Like, it's hard to explain. Unless if you know everyone, it's hard to explain. And I don't feel like doing like that fake name because I'm gonna get like mixed up. But just know, my whole entire relationship, there was another girlfriend, and apparently I was the side bitch. That's a first. That's definitely a first. Whatever. And the funniest thing is that his friends have been trying to like not get with me, but like, you know, and I still respect him, you know, like but now I don't. Fuck that. My sister's boyfriend texted the guy who cheated on me, his cousin, and was like, does he have a girlfriend? And he goes, I don't know. Bitch, you know. Also, guys, keep in mind, this guy called me 2 years straight. Every day, begging to get back with me. He would call me every day, multiple times. He would beg my sister, please just talk to Megan. Please, please, please get her to get back with me. I'll do anything. Like, bro made Snapchat accounts, TikTok accounts. He showed up to my house multiple different times with flowers. He went so far to get me back. He finally did after 2 years. 2 years. And he pulls that. Also, ruined every single relationship I got into. Fought 2 of them. He just went the extra mile to ruin anything he could. Just to get me back. And then he does that. The story of my life, I'll take her home. Oh. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna try to be active again. I'm very sorry that, like, I haven't been active, but me and my best friend have low-key been out in the streets again, because we're, like, unbanned from seeing each other. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching and listening to my tea. I hope everyone has a great day. I love you guys. Bye.
I accidentally caught my husband cheating.
I watched that 5-part story, so you don't have to. That's Mercedes, and she's letting us know that she accidentally found out that her husband was cheating on her. Now, I do want to give a trigger warning. We are going to be talking about domestic violence. Now, she said this all started on Super Bowl Sunday, and they basically were having a Super Bowl party. She was using her husband's phone to go ahead and play the music. So she casually walks over, she grabs the phone, and she said, look, he's given me the passwords, I have his location. He's never been the type to be scared if I go and grab his phone. He's not, like, looking over my shoulders, nothing like that. So she's never suspected him. She goes to grab the phone to change the song, and she sees a message come in from Facebook Message, and she's like, that's weird, who's this girl? She goes to click it because she's nosy, and she's like, I can't let my thoughts run away with me. She goes to click on it, and the message is gone. She's like, that's weird. She doesn't think much of it. He's over there playing with his family. She goes back to picking a song. Again, another message comes through, but it's a photo. So she's like, okay, let me click on this message. She clicks on it. Again, the same thing happens. It disappears. So she's like, okay, maybe I should log in and log back out and it'll refresh or something. She goes to log out, and that's when she realizes there's 2 profiles. So she goes ahead and signs into the second profile. She goes in there, and that's when the messages show up. But he thought he was being slick, her husband. He was basically reading messages, responding, and then deleting them. So the only messages she could see was the ones that he had not seen yet. So she's like, oh my God, like, what the hell's going on? She kept calm, though. She was like, it's not the time to react yet. She puts the phone back down, and she waits for him to go grab the phone. He grabs it, and then she goes and gets the phone again. She opens it up, and sure enough, he's deleted the messages. But now there's new messages that came in because obviously he's replied. So she's like, okay, yeah, this is definitely weird. So basically, she's like, I need to do some recon. She goes ahead and gets his password, and she waits for a day that he leaves. He's like, hey babe, I'll be right back. She logs into Facebook Messenger on her phone. She's in real time watching messages come in, and it's basically some girl being like, hey, let me know when you're outside. And he's like, okay, I'm here. Then there's no messages for 45 minutes. So she's pacing in her house just thinking the worst, I'm sure. And she did not want to stop it. She didn't want to let him know, like, hey, I know what you're doing, I see your location. She was like, if he stops and doesn't do this, I want him to do it because he doesn't want to do it, not because I have a leash on him or because I figured it out. So she let him. 45 minutes pass, he leaves, he messages that same girl, and he goes, that was the best fellatio that I've gotten in a long time. It's something along those lines. She is sick to her stomach. So now he comes in the house. She's in the closet crying in fetal position. She gets herself together. He walks in, kisses her on the cheek, and he goes, hey babe, acts like nothing is wrong. So now she's just like, okay, I need to come up with a plan. She has children. She was like, I need to get myself out of this situation. After a while, she just couldn't handle it, and she basically confronted him. And she said that she made the mistake of confronting him while he was intoxicated, and it went really left. She was holding herself. She was crying, and he looks at her and he goes, what's wrong? What's wrong? And she's like, finally gets the words out, like, you cheated on me. And he's like, what are you talking about? And she just grabs the phone and she shows him the messages, and immediately he realizes it's over for her. There's no lying. There's no way to backpedal. He just goes quiet. All of a sudden, he straight attacks her. She said that it was so bad. There was nothing that she could do. She basically waited for him to fall asleep. She called a friend, and she had her friend come and get her. The friend took her to the hospital. She ended up having blood clots in her eyes. She had a concussion. It was a really bad situation. Mercedes does tell us that she was scared to leave. He was threatening her. He was telling her, like, if I don't get to you, I'm going to get to your friend and your friend's family. And she didn't want her kids to know all about this. And so she was like, okay, I'm going to have to go back, and I'm going to have to, like, still come up with a plan. But unfortunately, I am going to have to go back to him. He cheats a few more times. And Mercedes says that it took basically her getting an STD to realize that this man could be the end of her. She had to find a way out. So one day he ends up taking her to the hospital, and that's when they tell her, like, oh, all of the symptoms that you have are similar to herpes. This is the first time she's hearing it. She thinks the world is over. So her finding out all of this, she ended up being sick the rest of the day. But all of this did lead to them having a physical altercation again. It was bad, and she decided there was nothing that she could do but call the police. So one day he took her to work. She acted like everything was normal. She kissed him goodbye. She told him I love him. And when he got back, he was surrounded by police. They arrested him. He ended up getting sentenced to 10 years in prison, and he's there to this day. Now, she doesn't believe that all men are bad. She doesn't believe that all men cheat. But what she did learn from this man was that by him giving her the passwords, the locations, all of that willingly up front, it kind of put her guard down. It made her not suspect him. But in reality, that was his plan all along. By him offering these things, he was hoping that she would never go looking, because, like, why would someone that's sharing the locations cheat, right? Right. Now, a few days later, she did end up finding out the diagnosis actually was not herpes. She just had chlamydia, and with a few pills, she was able to cure it. She knows that she did not deserve what happened to her, and she's glad that she's out of that situation. She's like, life might not be exactly how I want it to be at the moment, but it's a lot better than it was. She was able to get a divorce and move on with her life, but unfortunately, nobody wants to go through a situation like this, and I hate when I have to hear stories like this. I'm so sorry that this happened to you. You guys tagged me in this a bunch. I wanted to make sure I got it out to you guys. I appreciate you guys as always. Bye.
Let me give you a story time on how I found out that the father of my child was cheating on me with his mother, and his mother ended up being pregnant. Yes, bitch. So this was about 5 years ago, and you know, everything was going smooth, you know, cool, calm, collect, whatever. One day I just was getting weird fucking vibes out of no fucking where from his mother. Like, is you cool, ho? So she walked up to me and she said, do you really love my son like you say you do? And I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? Remind you, I've been dating him for fucking years. I'm like, what? Huh? In the back of my head, I'm like, he's proposed to me. Like, is this motherfucker finna propose? Because that's what I'm thinking about. Like, I ain't thinking about shit else. So I was like, yes. So after that, she didn't say shit. Like, days and days, months and months go by. Every time we came over to the family house to go see her, she just took her nose up at me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I tell the father of my child, and he was like, oh, it's nothing. She always act like that. Remind you, I've been in a relationship this fucking long, and I ain't never seen this type of reaction from her. What you mean she always act like this, bitch? No, the fuck she don't. Okay, so fast forward to she was asking me, she was like, where's my grandson? I was like, he's with my mother. Y'all, she stormed out, went in her car, and left. I'm looking like, what the fuck is the fucking problem? Like, remind you, a lot of shit been building up this whole entire time. But, you know, I'm respectful. I ain't got time for all the rah-rah. I do not try to, you know, disrespect my elders. That's not me. So, of course, the father of my child went and followed her. And I'm like, so I got his location. I got that location. Why the fuck do I see both of them are at a hotel? The only reason I know that both of them are in a hotel because I FaceTime him. And I said, are y'all okay? What is going on? What's the problem? So he was like, oh, no, we good. I just had to calm her down. We had a hotel, etc., etc. He flipped the camera. He showed it to me. And I'm like, calm her down for what? What the fuck is going on? So she tried to make this big excuse like, oh, I wanted to see my grandson, but he's over there with your mother. Like, it's just not her motherfucking grandchild, too. Like, are you cool? Reminded you, I'm a mother at the end of the day. I needed a motherfucking break. And I got my motherfucking break. So, okay, boom. They ended up coming back. It took them 3 hours to come the fuck back. I was blowing this man's phone like, where are y'all? I'm thinking like the worst of the worst gonna happen. Like somebody got in a rape. Like that's what I'm thinking. Cause like everybody just went MIA. Okay, remind you, it's nighttime now. They end up pulling up. So I'm nervous. I'm like shaking. Like what the fuck is going on? Like, are y'all okay? He was like, shit, yeah, we okay. I was like, okay, cool. So he was like, let's go home. I was like, okay, cool. Got in the car. Why the fuck do I smell like a sex odor? A sex odor. Y'all know what the fuck that smell is? Nothing but pussy. So I was like, who been in this fucking car? I got the fuck up so motherfucking fast. I said, who been in this motherfucking car? He was like, nobody. The only person who been in this car was my mom. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? So I'm like, why the fuck do it smell like that in here then? He was like, oh, I don't smell shit. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, you always doing this shit, da-da-da-da-da-da, trying to make an argument. Narcissist, narcissist, narcissist. So I'm like, bitch, don't play with me like I'm dumb as fuck. Bitch, I smell pussy. Then I asked him, I said, so where the fuck is her car if she was in the car? Like, I'm thinking like, this a lie now. Because what the fuck is going on? What you lying? Why you lying for? So he ended up telling me her husband went and picked up the car and I dropped her off. I said, dropped her off where? This bitch gonna say, I dropped her off to my grandmama's house. Her mom. I said, okay. I'm quiet. Sitting in the car riding. We got like a good 30-minute drive to go home. So while we driving, the new model cars, it beeps when you got your seatbelt on. So the motherfucker kept beeping and it would not stop. And it was because of me, I had my seatbelt on. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna put this bitch on. That's what I'm saying in my head. So I'm looking down and I see a fucking condom, y'all. A motherfucking condom. You know what? Just watch the next motherfucking video. Because I'm heated on this one. I need to cool the fuck off. Part 2 in the next fucking video.
I can't even talk right now. I just found a positive pregnancy test in my bathroom. In the trash. In my house. It was... I can't even touch it, bro. It was in my trash. Like, deep in there. I don't know how long it was in there. It was like it had toilet paper. Bro, mind you, I live here by myself with my boyfriend of 4 years. It's been 4 years. I am not at home. This is not my hometown. I'm in another country. And I have not invited any girls to my house. Like I'm about to I feel sick. So then I found that and I went on this site and I found out this man has been cheating on me on Tinder for the last year. We've been living in this place for a year and a half. And now he got a bitch pregnant. In my house. So, yeah. That's my life right now.
The first time I caught my husband cheating, he apologized, and I forgave him. The second time I caught him cheating, he told me to get used to it. This is not my story, by the way. It was sent to me on Instagram. So a little background story. I was a nursery school teacher when I met my husband. I was just a senior high school graduate and never really got a chance to go to the university. But it has always been my dream to become a fashion designer. So I was just teaching for the meantime to save enough money to go train as one. When I met this man, he told me to stop working and that he would take care of me financially. So I stopped working, but I told him I wanted to train as a fashion designer. He told me not to worry and that he would let me train under the best fashion designer in our country. And even though he had the money to help me pay for my training, he kept giving me one excuse after the other. I was finally able to save enough money for the training from the money he was giving me for my daily upkeep. But he told me to use the money for something else and that he will pay everything when the right time comes. I don't know why I kept listening to him because he never did. And over the years, he convinced me to give up on my dream and he made me solely reliable on him. And I didn't really see this as a big deal because he claimed he loved me. When we got married, I was just a housewife and he was the one taking care of the house financially. Everything was great till I gave birth to my first child. He became distant and that was the first time I caught him cheating. He told me he cheated because I was giving all my attention to the baby, which was a very stupid excuse now that I think about it. But I was very naive and I was scared of losing him, so I forgave him. A few months after this, I had a feeling he was cheating again, but I was scared to confront him because I knew I could never leave him and I would still forgive him. So I just kept quiet and pretended like I didn't know what was going on. Things took a drastic turn after my third child. I actually caught him with another woman in our bed. And when I caught him, he actually stayed in the room with the woman for 2 more hours before the woman left. And when I confronted him, he told me to get used to it. That was when I realized I meant nothing to him. I was just the mother of his children and that was all. After the incident, I was angry. So I stopped talking to him for some time. And he actually stopped giving me money for the house because because of that, I realized he was in control of my life because he was the one providing for me financially. I didn't have any source of income and he knew that. And now I have 2 toddlers and a baby. I was stuck and he knew that. I knew deep down within me this was not the kind of life I wanted to live. He also threatened to take my kids from me if I tried to leave him. My situation was hopeless. He used my body anyhow he liked. My no meant nothing to him. He just did whatever he wanted to do with me anytime and any way he wanted. I fell into depression and stopped taking care of myself. I gained a lot of weight and basically just gave up on myself. And that was when the insult started. He started calling me his little fat pig. He called me dirty and useless. He told me I was nothing without him. And all this while, he was still bringing women to the house to sleep with them. I had literally lost all hope when one of the women he was bringing to the house saved my...
I got the story time from the woman who had like 6 followers on TikTok, and then she shared the video of her finding out that her boyfriend was cheating on her, and then he shows up unannounced and proceeds to completely like have a mental breakdown. And if you don't know the video I'm talking about, this is it.
You need anything from me? Help is on the way, okay?
Don't panic. If this is your first time seeing that video, that man is in no way in any kind of like medical distress. That was all a performance because she just caught him cheating. But he would not stop. This went on for an extended amount of time so that she even called 911. Whenever they got there, heard what was happening, heard his medical history or lack thereof, it was all a joke even to the paramedics that this guy was just putting on performance to try to make his girlfriend feel bad for breaking up with him for cheating on her for an extended amount of time. Now she gives us a story time, except there's an issue with it. It turns into a 3-part, over 30-minute long video that she promised is going to keep it short and sweet, but when I tell you it's half an hour, I just spent half an hour watching it, so I'm going to go over everything. Super quick and to the point. First off, he's a narcissist. Duh. When she says this, not a surprise. Also talks about how he's controlling. Double duh. He is so controlling that he like isolates her from her friends. She is literally to the point where she's asking this man's permission to get a drink in her own home. The way that man was acting after being caught cheating is completely stereotypical, narcissistic, probably sociopathic tendencies, who is going to control everyone around him. Also, she even says like he always has this air about him. She liked him because he was tall, but he also seemed to look down on everyone around him. Literally this man is just checking off every single thing. Lives in 2 towns. She's in 1 town with him. They go to this music festival and she is singled out as one of the influencers they want to take pictures and interview. She takes a picture, and then as she's interviewing, this boyfriend of hers is like giving her the death stare and actually pulls her out of this interview because he's so mad that she is getting attention. At the music festival, he tells her he loves her for the first time after she tries to leave him from him, like pulling her away from that interview and being shitty to her. So yes, love bombing after she tries to leave. Every time she tries to leave, he love bombs or manipulates.